Hello and welcome to Scaffcalc Elevated. I'm Victor, your host today, and I will be showing you a few flagship projects, some new features and tools, and what is coming up next. Starting up with a few flagship projects. First out, we have this project, which is a scaffold we found in Smögen on a conference. Here you can see that we have color-coded the base, and in this case we use +8. The bay here is 3 meters wide and it has turned yellow. You can also see that you can color code all your buildings as well as the ground to make it more realistic. Here we also have a staircase in which goes out from the building, so you can customize that better now, as well as placing stairs on top of your scaffolding. Here's another project that we have made. It's a church, as you can see, and it has a lot of different obstacles in the way. So as you can see, you can make pretty much anything here in Scaffcalc. You just have to practice a little bit. And here you can see the scaffold goes over this roof, and you can customize it in the way you would like. Balconies, your favorite topic. In this case, we have two obstacles right here, and I created a console that goes out here, and I put standards on top of it using the component by component feature. I just click on something here, I add a standard above, 2 meters, and I can add more ledgers right there, like that. So that's a new feature we have, so you can avoid those obstacles. So let's continue and take a look at the new features and tools that we have created in Scaffcalc. I will start by creating a new scaffold right here. You have seen this view before, and I'm going to show you a few new things here. So if I want to create a scaffold, and let's say I have a very small scaffold on the side here, and if I connect this to the other scaffold, it will automatically increase the height to match the current scaffold. Same goes if I have a console on the other scaffold or some other adjustments. This will automatically change to whatever you have in front of you. Color codes, that's an important one. If I change the bay size here, you can see that it changes color, and that is because if you stand on top and you want to send this to your builders, you can see that it's way easier to understand that the bay is a different size if you have it color coded, and you can make this to whatever color codes you want in your company, and you go to the settings here and you change it accordingly. We've added a few new tools. So if I click a scaffold, I can click on this select scaffold group and I can do some adjustments right here. Just to show you a neat little feature we have, let's create a building right there, and we're gonna move this scaffold around a little bit, place it over there. If I now click on this one and I click on the add distance measurements, you can see that I get measurements from the wall to the scaffold instantly. If I have a building right here too, somewhere like that, I can do the same thing and it will shoot this measurement to the wall. You can also add other type of measurements like the bay dimensions, so you can get the height of each level. You can delete them too. If I make a sloping ground beside this one like that, and I want to correct my scaffolding according to the slope, I can click these ones and I can press the regenerate, and it will jump up and stand on top of this slope. That's another thing we've done. We made a huge update the other month. I hope you've seen it. If not, I'm going to show you now. So let's go to the map and find quite a large building. Let's go for this one here. I shift click to get the whole structure. There we go, and I load this into Scaffcalc. As you can see, it's quite a large thing. I don't want that, I want to clean it up a little bit. If I now press auto scaffold, before Scaffcalc would have a hard time generating this scaffold, but this time it does it very quickly, and I press enter, and there we go. No lag whatsoever. So it's very, very quick now. You can load so much scaffolding into this software now. As you can see down here, we have about 10,000 square meter scaffold, and it's super quick. I get the material list for it too. You can see it right here. I can download it as CSV, Excel, or PDF. Now you can see the auto adjustment in action. I picked a staircase here, and I just place it beside the scaffold here, and you can see it auto adjusts to the correct height. Place it, and there we go, it's done. You can see that it took away the guardrails on the inner scaffold too, right there. Further, you have the comment tool. This has been requested by many of our users, so I place a comment right here, for example, and I write I want to bridge this part. As you can see here in the view mode of the scaffold, I have the comment right here. If I click it, you can see it. So you can share your ideas with your colleagues fairly easy. Something else that has been requested by many of you is the ability or possibility to get rid of plastic in some specific areas. So right here you can see that it's wrapped in plastic. I can just pick parts of the plastic and delete it. I can also go here to the left side and pick plastic right here. A feature that has been in development for a long time to make it as good as possible is the component by component. If I drag out my scaffold like this, I can now add things like diagonals, like that. I can delete this part and generate something else right here. In this case, I would like a lattice beam. Another way to utilize this is to, for example, bridge gaps between scaffolds. I can pick the rings here and I can add a lattice beam or something. I can also add couplers, let's say 2 meters and 1.5 meters. In this case, I pick the coupler and the other coupler and I add a steel pipe right there. So you can bridge gaps in that way too. I hope that helps. Here's another example. I want to add some guardrails on a specific spot. I just shift click where I want higher standards, like that. I click on these rosettes using the shift to pick more than just one. I get some O-ledgers right there, as well as some wider ones right there. There you go, secured. Those are a few things that you can do with the component by component. And please send us some projects that you are proud of in which you use these kind of features so we can see what you would use it for. That was some flagship projects as well as some new features. So now I want to show you what is coming up next. We do have something we call a quotation tool, which will help you send out offers to your clients. And we do have a drawing tool that will help you create blueprints for your project. What I will show you now is a feature that is not released yet. It's a new tool that we call quotation tool. So I created a quick scaffold here. I added another loading bay right there. And I click on this quotation part here. What will happen now is that I will get a list down here with square meters, cubic meters, weight, rental period, driving distance, height of stairs and hoists. So I don't want to price the cubic meter, for example. I just want to go for square meters. I can add a line item. Maybe I want to add the length of the consoles or something. As you can see here, I can change the unit price to whatever floats my boat, and the total price will change accordingly. And you get the full price here. You can download this as a PDF, so you can send it straight to your client. That is the quotation tool. Let us know if you would like to be one of the first who tries this, because we're going to do some user tests. What I will show you now is something we call a drawing tool. To clarify, this is not released on Scaffcalc just yet, but it is in development mode, so I can show you right now. As you can see, I created a structure with some color codes on it to showcase what this can do. I create a drawing here. Here is it. I'm gonna place myself in box mode to get the colors. The first page, I just click take image right there, and I will now create a new single page. I will change this to an A3 too. I want it bigger. Add a single image page. So now on page number 2, I will reposition my camera, something like that. I will write a page header saying side view south, and I will write green is 2.57, blue is 207. Now I'm gonna add a multi-image page instead. I click on this one and press this button. I'm gonna stand on top here. You can see the measurements right here. I reposition myself in that view. I retake image. I write top view, and I add another image, and that could be the side view here. Retake image. So I got pretty much everything I need now, so I'm gonna preview this document, and you can see it right here. There you have it. This is the side view. This is top view. But I want to have a QR code too, so I'm going back all the way here, and I include a QR code. Now if I preview the document, it will be visible right here. There you go. That was a few of the features that we have released recently. I hope they can help your workflow get a little bit smoother. If you want to get in touch, you can see the emails down below here. You can also send emails to support@scaffcalc.com. Thank you so much for visiting this time, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good summer. Bye.